programming, software, what you're doing right now, is that something that you thought about whenever you were a teenager, that one day I'd love to do that, or did it just come in the last couple of years?
Whenever my brother, I have a brother as well. My eldest brother is a software programmer as well. He does some automation testing. But when I was a teenager, if I'm honest, it looked quite intimidating.
Yeah.
I saw his screen and all the code up on his screen. It looked like that was not for me. Like it was too smart for me. But when I was in secondary school, we did a Lego robot competition where it sounds silly, like, but they brought in, you built this Lego robot, but they had this app where you would program the route. So you had these tiles you put into the program that he would turn right or turn left, and he had to make it around an obstacle course. So that was sort of my first kind of little taster of coding. And then, so it wasn't like completely foreign to me. And I was always sort of interested in maths, and, I did applied maths for the Leaving Cert and all the rest. And that was I knew that was kind of my area. And I had actually, my undergrad that I had started was in engineering. But it wasn't really a very good fit for me. It didn't quite click. Mm-hmm. But yeah, through just a bit of research, and I was sort of playing around with a bit of code myself before when I was still at home. And I just really thought that I could make a go of this. Technology, I think, has it has become easier to program than it was back in my brother's day. You had very basic languages, whereas now it has become easier and more accessible. And programming, like actually writing code, is not the only area you can go into in software. I mean, there's a whole host of different sort of areas you can branch into. Yeah. So there's something for everyone, definitely.
Yeah. So you haven't. When people think of software, they sometimes think it's just someone, maybe like your brother, with lines of code, multiple colors and symbols and things on their own on a laptop. But yeah, so tell us a bit more about what those roles look like then.
You have your software programmers who write the code and build it. You have software testers, which I would be a software tester. So that can be, it ranges from maybe manually testing a new feature or product, or you could be, just exploratory testing would just be like just going through the website or app and just seeing if it can work, and if it will work in all of these different edge cases. But also you would, there's a big push now for automated testing. So you do write the code or the program, but you're not building something, you're testing you're writing a code to automatically go through and test what the developer has built. That's more what I do. Okay. But you can also be, so there's also a DevOps role, which would be like how the software actually is up and running and gets onto your computer and all the rest. And other, you could be a customer support, you could be design, there's all sorts.
So they're not just all very technical, like design, for example. There's maybe some technical parts to it, but you need to have some level of creativity, I'm assuming, or an eye for detail and things.
Yes, there's a lot you can do within that.